of all, how was your travel? How are you?
Get over here, Nick.
Hi there guys, hope everyone's having a great week so far. Welcome back into another session. Absolute scenes in the stock market, wasn't there? Trillions and trillions back into the flows of the stock market as Donald Trump, out of the deal, pauses tariffs, gives a 90-day breather to countries to form a deal with him. Let's concentrate on our magic internet money and have a look at Bitcoin. There are some really nice technical levels to be looking at. We'll check the order flow as well, but let's have a look at where we've come from and where we can possibly go. So if you caught us in the last video, okay, and on the Tuesday live session, let's have a look at the levels we were potentially looking to rise to. Be our potential resistance area for the coming 24-48 hours, even if we bounce up today. And it's just coming up there, so it's a weekly resistance level. It's your monthly open 82,550. Not sure we can even stretch our legs up to there, okay? Daily MPOC, that one's been hit obviously, but that is your value area low. So previous support, is it now going to turn resistance? Let's get rid of that now that it's right. So that's it then guys, so that's what we're looking at. And if you joined us on the last live session in Discord, we was hoping we might have got a bit more volatility on the Tuesday to reach up there, but it took another 24 hours. And yesterday's live session, we're all in pretty much agreement. If you joined us there, DK was hosting the live session yesterday. Perps pressure was under, and then later on into the US session, we got some really nice perps pressure added to give us that final push. But with that being said, let's now have a look at the new levels to consider for the next 24-48 hours. Let's jump into TradingView and see what's going on. Right then guys, let's have a look at some classic TradingView levels to consider where we have come from and where we are going. Just something to point out, CPI data a little bit later on, check local times, 1:30 p.m. my time, so just before the US session, could bring in a little bit of legacy market volatility, okay? But let's dive into some levels now, starting off with the daily chart, okay? So there is our resistance, that is the monthly open, and now currently our daily open as well, around that 82,550 level. So took 24-48 hours to get up there and meet some resistance, and there we are, okay? And very clear for our chart now. Here's our old range, there's the breakdown, and just like a couple of weeks ago when we broke down the range, we're just back testing this area now, okay? So range lows, previous range lows here that were support, 81 to 82k, we're just testing those now. Very easy to now play these charts, okay? You either turn this into a demand zone, okay, and you confirm, and then you auction the range again, and this is one big deviation, or the supply continues, okay? The supply continues, rejects this zone, and you're just going to continue this downtrend. Very nice, easy levels. Nice, quick, easy levels on Bitcoin today for you, okay? And there you go. There's just a nice zoomed in 1 hour chart to show the structure. Bouncing from the 1 hour order block, there was some really big spot demand down here yesterday. And then actually it was in this zone, in the 75k zone, that we really hit some perps bid to absolutely skyrocket us up. It's kind of this situation where show me the chart and I'll tell you the news, okay? If you joined us in the live session yesterday, yes, we were looking for a further push up. Did we know we were going to get an instant 1 hour candle like that? No, not at all, but that was the bias we had, that we're going to push up, and I'm glad that we've now come and met this resistance at that 82.5 level that we mentioned the other day. All right, guys, so let's dive into the TRDR console and get the all-important order flow.
Well, in my book, you either do it right or you get eliminated.
Right guys, grab a link from below for a free trial for the console, okay? If you need a little bit more in-depth education, drop into the Academy Art of Data-Driven Market Analysis course in there. Drop into the docs page as well if you need a little bit more education on what is going on in the console, okay? The more you are familiar with what you are seeing on the chart, the more quickly you can make dynamic decision making in your trading and investing, okay? So here we are. We've had these levels drawn all week, to be honest, haven't we? Monthly open from Monday, we had that drawn out, and then we had this level drawn out from the last video and the last live session as well. Took a little bit of time to get there. So from the last live session, we couldn't quite get there. We got a couple of diamond sells into the later Tuesday, Wednesday morning session, back into demand now. Level at that time getting defended, 73.3k. Okay, if you were long in this area, stops should be under there. Okay, then we got another big bid right just before, a couple of hours before the US session yesterday. Nice. Little bit of sell pressure into the US Open, down, but then we got this dynamic bid from the perps market. Really dynamic bid. Just absolutely slammed on that bid and pushed us up. And here we are now, a little bit of selling. So let's have a look at what the overlays are saying. So aggregated overlay currently, okay, aggregated bid ask ratio overlay delta currently on here, so I can just see the volumes. We are now, okay, we are now in a bit of supply. It may be the case after this volatility that we now have to just come down, maybe to the weekly open. We've already got a little cheeky bid there at 78k. It may now be that we just need to roll back down, confirm some demand if we're going to get continuation up, okay? No strong bias on if we're going to reclaim this range up here, okay? No strong bias at all. We'll just play it each session with fresh eyes, okay? But we are in aggregated supply. Binance Spot, not much bidding right now. Coinbase Pro, not much bidding. They've actually just dropped a couple of offers here. Nearest offer at 84k there. And then let's have a look at the perp chart, the all-important perp chart, the dynamic traders in Binance perps, okay? Absolutely brilliant yesterday. So we pushed up yesterday, hit these diamond cells, and I actually posted in the Discord to the guys. I said, after the live session, I said, okay, yeah, I don't know if we've got the juice now, to be honest. You know, we've just hit this. I'm seeing these levels a little bit lower. Do we go have to find these? And then all of a sudden at 4:30 p.m. my time, this absolute stonking bid comes in with, well, these top levels with absolute aggressive bid on it as well. And that's what you want to see, okay? So if you just see these resting limit orders pop in, don't get too excited about those. But if you see this ratio bid overlay on top of those levels, yeah, you are going up, and that you know, that is for up or down as well. It's similar to that sort of thing, you know, if you see it to the downside as well, okay? So absolutely dynamic push up, and then yeah, we hit a load of aggressive selling, open interest spikes, and you know, all the kind of recipe last night. So if anyone's wanting to hedge a position short again, now you're seeing this as resistance of an old range. This is the level to contend with now, which is 84,330, we'll call it, okay? Little bit of bid, but we have lost the depth. You just have to consider we lost the depth. So after all the bullish and good news yesterday, and stock markets are up and everything, is it back to business today? Trend continuation down, or does the bid come in and dynamically push us a little bit further? That's what we need to consider today. All right, guys, so that's just something to keep an eye on. Play with the biggest levels, okay? Right, we will be going live in the US session, and we'll make it on YouTube today, okay? We'll do a YouTube live session today, so it will be recorded and time-stamped. All right, guys, join us there. I think we're in for a good week to end. Cheers.
I bet your margins are pretty nice and fat.
Let's not talk about my margins, by the way. Being nice and fat. That's a nice shirt. Do they make it for men?